Hi, I'm Ed. Today we're going to make rack of lamb roasted with breadcrumbs, parsley, and garlic rub. To roast our little rack of lamb, very simple. Again, as usual, a little salt, a little extra virgin olive oil. Use a brush just so my hands don't get dirty. Flip it over. I like to use these aluminum cookie sheet pans. Makes cleanup a lot easier. Just line them with aluminum foil. A little extra virgin olive oil on this side. Little salt. And as always, the trick to cooking perfect meat or roasting perfect meat is to use a meat thermometer, the electronic meat thermometer. Turn it on. This one, you choose the type of meat. Lamb, and set it to rare, which they say is 140. I would go lower than that. I'd go 125 or 130. Just put it in, make sure the probe is not touching any of the bones, right kind of in the middle, a few inches, and right into the oven. I'm going to start by turning the oven to 450 degrees. Alright, so while our rack of lamb is cooking, we're going to make the coating that we put on after. We're actually going to cook it twice. We're going to cook the meat until it's done, and then we are going to broil the lamb with the coating on it, just to make the coating, to brown a little bit. So we're going to finally chop up a couple of shallots. We have maybe half a cup of breadcrumbs for one rack. Couple cloves of garlic, and the parsley. In French, this is called a persillade, which means like a parsley mixture or parsley coating. So we do this as fine as we can. That's good. And then we just put everything in a little bowl. 2 cloves of garlic that I previously chopped up. We like parsley, so we're going to put a lot of that. And now to make this stuff like stick together, a little salt, fresh pepper. To make it stick, we're going to add a little bit of olive oil, maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons, and a couple tablespoons of liquid. I'm using chicken stock. So just chuck that in there and get our hands dirty, which we all love to do. Then we're going to rub this on the rack of lamb and broil it for just a couple of minutes to make it brown. The parsley adds this like really great, fresh, crunchy taste to the lamb. Alright, so I've taken the rack of lamb out of the oven, kind of rare, 125, 130 degrees, and I'm going to let it cool off a bit, put the persillade, the parsley, on top of it, and then just broil it for a couple minutes just to brown that a little bit, and we'll be done. Our rack of lamb is cooked, like a rare. Don't cook this if you don't like your meat rare, because it's not as good, but you can do whatever you want. And now we put our persillade right on top. We just kind of smush it in as best we can. We love getting our hands dirty with the food, don't we? Anything that falls off or is left over is still going to be warm, and you can just eat it. It's almost like a stuffing in a way on the outside. Now back in the oven on broil, high, very close to the flame, just for a couple minutes till it toasts or browns. Now we take our rack of lamb with the persillade on it, put it right in the oven on high broil, close it up, and just wait a couple minutes. So we've had our rack of lamb in here with the persillade on it for a couple minutes, 2-3 minutes, and it's just toasted up nicely. I'm going to take it out and serve it up. Alright, so now for the moment of truth, we are going to cut open our rack of lamb right down the middle. See how it came out? Perfect. I'm just going to serve it, I'm going to cut in between each of the bones, and I'm going to give this person 3 pieces. A couple of potatoes. 3 potatoes, and a little bit of arugula salad with beets. There you go. Rack of lamb persillade, roast herb potatoes. And the final touch, since we were empty nesters tonight, let's add a little romance to our dinner. A few candles. Glass of wine. There we go. Have a good night.